It's been 3 years since my husband cheated on me with my mother and came out as a TW, child molestation, child molester. Within 24 hours I caught my husband cheating on me with my mother and learned that he molested his little sister from ages 2 to 14. It was the most horrific experience of my life, and I truly lost my mind for the better part of a year. Let me clarify, ex-husband, it's been a hard few years to recovery, and I'm still trying to let go of survival tactics that I had learned being in such a bad marriage with such a traumatic ending, but the progress I've made is amazing. I just wanted to share because 1, I have no one to talk to about my hardships, and 2, I know many people think that they can't do it. I had 2 children under 2. No job. No home. No family. No money. I didn't think I would make it. But look at me, living in shit. You will prevail. Edited to add, I am remarried. Please stop messaging me pick-up lines and grotesque messages. Using this group as a tool to pick up hurt people is gross. Redditor's reactions updater after. Redditor 1, you are amazing. Up. You survived something that a lot of people could not survive. You are the epitome of the word strength. And now you are here encouraging others. Big kudos to you. Your kids are very fortunate to have such a determined mom. So much respect and admiration for you. Op answer, this made me cry, thank you. This means the world. I know it sounds kinda silly, but it seemed like my friends downplayed the whole situation. I know that no one can truly relate to what I went through, but it seemed as if no one cared or thought of it as a big deal. I quickly learned the world doesn't stop turning for your bullshit lol. Up comment, it's hard to comment to every person how insanely thankful I am for your words. Every time a new comment hits, I cry lol. It's weird to think of myself as being strong, because to me, there was no other option. I was just doing it for my babies. Your kind words mean more than you all will ever know, and I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart. We're all in this group for a reason, we are all strong. Redditor follow-up, it's weird to think of myself as being strong, because to me, there was no other option. I was just doing it for my babies. That's what makes you a great mom and a strong woman. You were determined to protect your kids even when you had nothing. You did the right thing. Redditor 3, as someone who knows you, I just want to say it's been beautiful to watch you grow and blossom after such a horrid time in your life. I love you always. Update, why not to do the pick-me dance? First let me start by saying, they ducked up, not you. No matter how much attention they needed, how absent you were, or how you lacked being romantic, whatever the fault they have either pinned on you or you have pinned on yourself, it doesn't justify cheating. We are humans, given the ability to speak, to communicate our needs even from infancy. The person I want to spend the rest of my life with will communicate with me when there's a problem, not resort to time outside of our marriage. Is that something you seek in a partner? The blame is something that needs to happen, for your coping and for their guilt. You need it as a reason to justify what happened to you and a reason to reconcile, while they need it as a mask to cover their actions. Don't let it fool you. No matter how bad you were, their actions are worse, and they are not justified. Cheating comes with the assumption that your partner will leave if you cheat. These cheaters don't care. They don't care if your marriage is ruined. Their momentary happiness means more to them than your entire well-being and relationship. I personally want to be with someone who couldn't hurt me like that. If they have it in them to hurt me so badly, I simply don't want to be with that person. Do you want to be with someone who has no mind for others? Not just others, but the person they sleep beside every night. The person who brushes their teeth beside them while they it. The person who they vowed their life to. I know firsthand that being cheated on makes you feel so less than. You feel like you're not good enough. You feel like you need to prove that you're good enough. And that's all fine, but go prove it to someone who gives a damn. And if you really want to reconcile, let them beg for you. Let them realize how bad they ducked up. Let them hurt. Let them lose. Let them wonder what's wrong with them. The more you beg for their approval, beg for them to pick you, the more they find their actions justified, the more likely that they will repeat cheat, and much more likely that they won't hear you out and even rebel against your pleas. These people aren't normal people with normal feelings. The more they see how weak you are, the more they'll run to the person they're cheating on you with. If you beg someone to pick you after they've done something so horrendous, it takes away all of your self-worth, your self-esteem, your dignity. I wish you luck in your endeavors. I survived. I more than survived, I thrived. The worst possible moments of my life turned out to be my biggest blessing. It can be the same for you too. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1. Love this, thank you for posting. Sometimes you need to hear what you know is true but is hard to believe on the bad days. Op answer, I totally get it. We all know this stuff, but our feelings definitely can get in the way. I was lucky enough to not have the back and forth on forgiving or not. My ex cheated on me with my mother and then I found out he was a child molester the same day. There was obviously no reconciliation. But I still can feel the hurt from some of these posts and I do understand it all too well even though my situation was a bit different. Heart. Op comment, I'm not sure how to change where it says in help 2 months old beside my name, but just want to clarify that I have recovered. 3 years free. Redditor follow-up. The flare is based on your post history in this sub and its sister subs. I wouldn't worry about it. Most of us don't pay attention to it anyway. Only time I would is if you are providing controversial differences of opinion, which you aren't here. Update. Lack of remorse from cheating spouses. Edit to clarify, this was all 3 years ago, I'm just venting. I've never really had a place to vent about what happened and I found this group very recently. I'll post the whole story with details one day and hopefully give a little better insight. I am now remarried, living in another state, happy and free. Thanks for all the kind words, everyone. When my ex-husband cheated on me with my mom, I thought they would both be begging for my forgiveness and be so remorseful. But my ex-husband would just say things like I love you but I'm in love with your mom or weird-ass shit that made things even worse. And my mom was begging for forgiveness at first, and I had no choice but to live with her while I went through my divorce. It was either her or my child-molesting, cheating, abusive ex. But she ended up kicking me and my 2 babies out because I had attitude and she didn't understand why I was dwelling. I think some people just really lack empathy. Maybe they wouldn't feel the same way getting cheated on. But for me, getting cheated on was just horrible. Cheating is the worst thing you could do to me. I can't believe our spouses can just cheat without a care. I could never cheat or I would feel so insanely guilty and disgusting. Why do these people not care? Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, people are terrible. That motherfucker. Redditor 2, that's pretty ducking low life asset. Please get away from those demonic reprobates. Op answer, 3 years free. It was easy to move on from him considering the child molester part still ducked with my mind a lot, yeah, but never was a question to stay or be friendly with him. Update. Has anyone in the group never cheated before? I have never cheated or even came near cheating in my 28 years of life, though I often doubt that other people are the same. I am remarried after some tragic events involving cheating, and as much as we have a wonderful marriage, I still fear so badly getting cheated on. Maybe not now, but maybe in 20 years. I almost feel bad asking someone to only be with me for the rest of time. I saw someone here commenting on a post that it's unnatural and impossible to not cheat, so it's more realistic and smart to have an open relationship. I really don't want to believe that's true, but I'm sensitive and things get in my head easily. An open relationship is something I could never do. But man, am I really being unrealistic and unreasonable for wanting monogamy? Have you, yourself, never cheated on someone? Not asking about your friends, your partners, etc. I want to know about you personally. Others can lie. I kinda just need to see that I'm not the only one in the world who couldn't fathom. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, never cheated, Even after a decade of abuse and time withholding, found myself wishing my sense of morality would allow it. It's been a really hard ride. Answer: I totally understand. I've always thought how absolutely unfair it is to a man to have time withheld for years and be expected to stay faithful. That's a construct I'm not sure I understand. Sorry to hear about the abuse, too. My ex-husband was abusive mentally, physically and timely, so I get it all too well. Thank you for your comment and best wishes to you. You did the right thing in the end. You and your dignity came out on top. Redditor 2, in over 65 years, no. Not once. Still married after 39 years. So, why is someone like me hanging out in this forum? My wife and I have had a number of close friends whose marriages have ended because of infidelity, and this forum educates me in how I can help. And, as a side benefit, I've learned a lot about human nature, both good and bad. Update: light at the end of the tunnel. I went through arguably one of the most horrifying cheating stories here. Husband cheated on me with my mother, and the same day I found out he was a child molester and into incest, and I just want to say, my life is ducking fantastic now. To be quite honest, I was miserable in my last marriage but didn't even realize the extent of just how unhappy. I kinda thought that it was normal to be unhappy, as ridiculous as that sounds. Anyways, him being a sicko and leaving him ended up being my absolute biggest blessing. I'm remarried and feel so damn blessed. He rubs my head for hours every single night, it's my favorite lol. He cooks delicious homemade meals for me anytime I want and anything I want. He writes little love notes and leaves them all over the house. He treats me with respect, we hardly ever fight, and when we do, we always end up reasoning and reconciling with each other's viewpoints in mind. He listens to me. He knew I had baggage, and he helped me unpack. He doesn't shy away at my trauma. He doesn't make me feel bad for feeling insecure sometimes. He allows me to say I know I'm being insecure or crazy, but I feel worried today. He has no problem showing me his messages if I feel something is wrong at that time. He doesn't have a password on his phone, and I actually respect his privacy. He compliments me every single day without fail, whether it's a physical trait or personality trait. He's my biggest support system, and on top of it all, I genuinely like him and have a great time with him. We have spent every waking moment of nearly 3 years together and never got sick of each other. Our relationship hasn't begun to fade. I'm really so blessed. Enough bragging though, I just want to say you will get through this and you will prevail. I truly felt I would never recover from my trauma, but I'm doing better than ever, and I truly am thankful for what I went through. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, your ex needs some serious help. Holy macaroni. Redditor 2, I got whiplash reading that first paragraph. But besides that, I'm very happy that you found the one for you. Answer, thank you very much. It was pure hell, but I'm proud that I came out better in the end. Redditor 3, that sounds fantastic, and I'm happy for you. Too many people out there are staying in an abusive relationship because they're so scared that they can't do better. They can, and they will. Update, today marks exactly 3 years, June 30th. 3 whole years since that devastating night. TL, Dr. Backstory, my ex-husband cheated on me with my mother, and then the same day I found out that he molested his little sister when she was ages 14. I left that very day with nothing but the clothes on our back, no family, friends or money. I was homeless for several months with 2 kids under 2. It's been such an emotional ride. The 3 years have gone by so fast and so slow at the same time. But I will say, I am happy, I am remarried, I am doing well. I moved states, I have a new home, I have no contact with my ex-husband, he will never see my children. Not to say I don't have some triggers or some issues with trusting humans sometimes, but I've made such progress and I'm so proud of myself. It took 25 years of hell plus an awful divorce to finally find my happiness. But I found it. Don't give up hope. What seems like the worst time of your life, you will look back and be grateful it happened. Everything happens for a reason, whether we see it at the time or not. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1: I've typed and retyped this many times, with less detail. I can't bring myself to talk about things yet. Just know you are not alone, and not unusual with holding access. I will say mine was all base familial, not extended. You are still far within your rights and comfort zone. Fuck him, and fuck anyone else who thinks otherwise. Op answer: if you ever want to vent, please reach out. My inbox is always open. I may not have a ton of advice, but sometimes it's great to get it all off of your chest. No judgment here for any reason whatsoever. Redditor 2: Can I ask you if you ever talked with your mother again? And how did your father deal with that discovery? Redditor 3: As a mum, I have no words about what your mum did to you. I actually just want to put your mum over my knee and spank her, but I am pleased you are now happy. Well done.